Okay, we are back for part 2 of our paddleboard grab handle upgrade. I guess that's what you want to call it. So you see where this grab handle is. When they installed it, they didn't account for the fulcrum correctly. So when you take hold of it and you put your hands in here, the board will tip back to the tail. So it's not really balanced. So you're going to drag that tail around when you're carrying it, or you got to compensate and put your arm up on the front, and that's just not really good, especially if the wind's going to take it. So how do we fix it, right? Well, the first thing we need to do is determine where the fulcrum, where the balancing point is on the board, and I did that, so it's actually right here. Okay? So when you grab it here, the board's going to tip back that way because the weight's off. So the way to do that, and this is plastic, by the way, not only is it off balance, it's just a crappy handle because you can only get your fingers in here and not very deep. Okay? Not very secure. So this is a kayak type handle. It's very slim, so these work really well. I'll show you in just a minute because the other board over here is a finished. I finished that up. So this is how we get this going, right? So we take 2 leash plugs and try to find one that will fit inside here and snug. Sometimes I got to sand down the edges. Use my Dremel to make it fit a little better, which is what I'll probably have to do here. I also got other plugs here as well. They're different shapes, different sizes and colors. So if one doesn't work, we can try something else. So these are your standard leash plugs for surfboards. These are the type of plugs that a more heavier longboard might use. So the plugs are, based on according to weight and the size and length of the board and whatnot, the volume as well as the thickness. Okay, different shapes. Now these are kind of special mounts here. These are good for fishing applications because they sit deeper into the foam and have a much wider base. You can also interchange your plugs, like if you want to use a standard leash plug like this, or if you want a screw-in mount. You could install like a ram ball on here and use fishing accessories on this. Alright, so just to give you an idea of the different types of plugs, and I have all this in stock, by the way. So if anyone wants to bring me their board and do some retrofitting, we can do it. But these are really cool, and I got these from Steve Mellon. He's the owner of Sup ATX out in California, right? So there you go. Let's check this out. I'll go back here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to retrofit this into here. I'll use some resin to secure it in, and then I'll use 2 set screws on each side to make sure it's nice and secure in here. And then on this one here, I'll have to drill into the deck itself, and I'll secure this in with some fiberglass cloth and resin. Then, when it's all said and done, shit, I got a phone call coming in. Hang on.